fun day, and it's nice to see a car from another point of view and someone that's really well informed.
To cruise around and have a look at parts of Sydney I haven't seen for years, it was a really good day. I live in San Francisco now. I haven't been a Sydney local for 8 years. And every time I come back, things have changed. So I'm a bit excited to show you something that's new and really cool.
So I'm really looking forward to being a tourist in my own city. I've been looking forward to the Q2 coming out for ages because it's just a really cool, edgy, faceted, really interesting looking car.
This is an interesting one because Audi for me is all about incremental innovation, and I think this car is really a new thing for Audi in its price point. And in that idea that they've distilled what they do best into a car that's a gutsy little car. Like I really do like this car, particularly the petrol.
Yeah, I love that it is a small car. It still has that small urban car appeal, but it's elevated. You actually feel like you're riding higher. It does feel like a soft roader.
They've got quite a few contrast panels that are really effective.
Yeah, so you've got the C panel at the back here, you've got the option of the contrasting wheel arch and the sill.
I'm a massive fan of the Q2 design. I think that it has really good curb appeal. They've got a really refined edge line, like that extruded hex shape on the sides of the car. It's just beautiful. It gives it that real finesse.
It's a great car for squeezing down little side alleys and back alleys, and it's just a really good urban car.
Darren, have a look at this incredible building.
Wow. It
Central
looks
Park.
So alive.
It's so beautiful. Now, what I love about this is it's an international collaboration, much like this car.
Yeah, and it's beautifully done.
A bit like the Q2.
Yeah.
Win-win-win. Bit of design, bit of performance, bit of style.
Bit of urban edge. Would have been so nice to look up through a sunroof to see this beautiful building.
I think I actually would option a sunroof. Is there an option for a sunroof?
There sure is. In fact, we're going to switch cars in a second, and it has a whole bunch of options that this car doesn't have. Luxury these days has become about personalisation and customisation. You know, some of the big luxury brands, it's all about how you can create something that's specific exactly for you. And the Q2 allows you to do that. So here we are in the other Q2 of today. This is the 2-litre TDI Quattro. So the other one was a 2-wheel drive, this one is all-wheel drive.
And we're fully optioned.
So I'm just going to take you over to Newtown where we can see this cool urban car in a cool urban environment. So it's got all the technology that I really love in the new Audi cars. It's got heads up, it's got a boot release, which I really think is very handy. It's got the amazing LED strips in the dash and also in the pillar, which I think is fantastic.
Yep. And then of course the interior has the little hints of Audi that we know and love, like these fantastic air conditioning vents that are beautifully designed and they look epically.
I've never seen these before. Audi is doing technology really, really well. The cockpit is fantastic, but also the MMI is brilliant. The MMI Touch is awesome. And the fact that, you know, it has CarPlay in it just means that everything that I live by on my phone is right there in the car.
So it's interesting, the petrol does feel like a really perky engine, and yet there's significantly more torque in the diesel. I mean, there usually is in a diesel, but this one does have more power going. But it's also a little bit more noisy. This comparison was really interesting because I'm normally a diesel type of gal. I really like the torque, but in this case, the petrol engine is a really sweet spot and I love it.
It's fantastic that you can make your car fit you perfectly.
So if I was configuring my perfect Audi Q2, I'd go petrol engine, I'd give myself some Quattro, virtual cockpit definitely, heads up absolutely because I think it enhances the nav.
It would definitely have a sunroof.
I'd need the extra stereo because I like that too.
I love the two-tone paint. I think the black wheels look fantastic and it just feels like a kind of younger, cooler, more hip version of the car, which, you know, clearly reflects me.
When you actually have to drive out of town and you might be hitting something on the highway. Just saying.
Right.
I don't want Magpie in my grill.
I don't think magpies want to be in your grill either.